This is very special to me. Like, this is the first show of 2021. The Capitol has been raided. Like, so much has changed since the last time I sat in this chair and actually recorded a show. But today is all about sports. God, do I have opinions on everything else, but today, since today is the lowest rated show of all the Brian Moreno shows, this is...
You know what? That just gives us the freedom to do whatever the hell we want.
Well, exactly. This is Richard Sarvate to my right, if you don't know.
Now you know.
Now you do. We are both... Well, I'm an ex-comedian.
I still consider myself a comedian of
Yes,
sorts.
you do. I'm not. I'm retired out of the business.
You can be my mentor. You're a legend now.
This is the Brian Moreno Show. This is the Saturday Sports Spectacular. We're a little late today. I wanted to get in before the Colts-Bills game. The game has already started. That game, by the time this gets posted, that game will have already be started. So we got 5 games plus the national championship. This is the first show back since the new year. We did 3 year in review episodes. I think they were all pretty wonderful. People seem to like them. But so much has happened. Oh my God. We have this crazy wild card weekend. They call it Super Wild Card Weekend, Richard Sarvate. Right now you have Indianapolis Colts, Chicago Bears, and for those who actually watch this show regularly, a lot of people I know, this the sports show has gone through a lot of craziness. We had sound issues. We went from a sports show to just a gambling show, now back to a sports show. And I started out so hot gambling this year. Like I was on a torrid pace. And as the year goes on in the NFL, the lines get tighter, things get harder. But the reason I don't mind getting the show up after the games have started, because I have one pick that I'd like, that I'm willing to put my money where my mouth is and see where it goes. But I have one pick that I like this weekend. We're going to get to some regular sports talk. The Lakers are kind of on cruise control. They lost to the Spurs last night. I'm not going to talk much NBA yet, but this show's going to go on throughout the year. Once the NFL is over, I'll be all NBA. We'll do some college basketball. It's just hard. College basketball, I can't spend a lot of time researching these games and then the game get canceled.
I know.
Like, I only have so much time on my brain.
Such blue balls.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's the thing. I'm shocked and thrilled that the NFL season has made it this far. There's some COVID problems with the Denver Broncos, the Cleveland Browns. Yes, their head coach. A few of them have COVID. They're not going to. The head coach has to stop talking to the team an hour before because he can't be there. He tested positive for COVID. Yeah, but in Cleveland, you can get it anywhere. But he might have been going out. You don't know what his protocols were.
God damn, dude. It seems very surreal to me because people are saying that it's 1 in 17 people are COVID positive right now in LA. That doesn't make any sense to me.
I mean, I'm not the one to ask. I'm going to get Jersey Josh on the line right now. The games are started.
Let's ask him.
Jersey Josh is one of our regular contributors to the show. Jersey Josh is in Jersey. Hello, Hazel the dog. Jersey Josh has been one of our regular contributors, gives a lot of good insights. Jersey Josh, I got to tell you, I started this year really hot. And I really slowed down towards the end of the year, Jersey.
That's how it goes, buddy.
Yeah,
That's why they build those big, beautiful buildings in Vegas, man.
I started out, I got to tell you, on a torrid pace. I was above 70%. And then I don't know what it is. I started betting teams like the Washington Redskins 6.5 over the Eagles.
Oh, that was killer, wasn't it?
Oh my God.
You know, the Eagles were tanking, and the Redskins couldn't beat them on a full tank.
Yeah, yeah.
It was embarrassing. It was embarrassing for
It
the
was
Redskins.
absolutely embarrassing.
I've never seen in the NFL a team tanking and the other team not even be able to win.
I would bet teams like the Giants, Browns, and the Giants couldn't score one touchdown to cover with 12 points. 12 and a half.
You think that's crazy, the NFL? Watch when the Redskins beat the Buccaneers today.
Oh, now see, I can't wait. Okay, this is your upset special. Hold.
You know why?
This is big time right here.
Here's my theory right here. The whole world is on the Buccaneers. Redskins have been embarrassed all week. You know, they're not supposed to be not the division winner, no respect. They shouldn't get respect. They shouldn't be in the playoffs, but I think they're in a spot where it's a
this line has ballooned all the way up. I think it's 9 I'm seeing right now. That's a lot of points. The thing is, though, I saw this Redskins team play the Eagles. I saw them with my own eyes not be able to do anything against an Eagles team that was literally was begging them to score points. Yeah, this line is all the way up to 9. And I got to say, in playoff games, I like big numbers. Right now, I have Buffalo teased down to a half point. Buffalo just win. I think the game's probably going to be tight.
I got Colts +7,
which I like.
I actually think the Colts. Today I love every underdog.
Wow, really?
Doggy dog day.
Well, that's the thing. There's going to be a lot of unexpected things. Well, Buffalo has almost a full crowd, it looks like. There's a lot of people in Buffalo.
6,500.
That's it, 6,500.
Yeah.
Oh.
+1, I think the governor of New York is in there too.
Oh. Now, I have to say there is one game that I'm going to lay on heavy. I like the Ravens. -3. I'll take a juiced up 3 if I have to.
Yeah.
But that Tennessee defense is garbage. And
it's a revenge game from last year.
Yeah, and last year they have been thinking about this, and they changed the team specifically for the situation. Plus, Derrick Henry, and this is getting real nerdy statistic-wise, has had 277 carries this season. And there used to be a number, like it never happens anymore. If a running back hits 270, he falls off a fucking cliff.
Yep.
At 2.7, like it's just too many fucking carries. And last week they beat he had 34 carries or something beat him to death last week.
My biggest game is the Rams.
You like the Rams to beat the Seahawks.
The line is way off. Before I even looked at the actual line, I was just make my own lines, and I had that at like a 4.5 to 6 line. Mine's 3. And they don't even and with a questionable quarterback. So the Seahawks have been hit. There's no 12th man today. They live and die with that 12th man crowd in there.
Now, I don't know if they have announced who's even going to be the quarterback yet. I'm checking right now to see if they've even announced who's going to be the quarterback.
Division game. I like the Rams, man.
Well, the reason I am scared of this game is because the Rams have let me down. That's one of the teams.
Yeah, but you can't. NFL's week to week. Can't even look at last week.
No,
that's why I'm on the Reds.
I know, but you can still have the memory of a prison shower rape.
Oh,
like that never leaves you. You may be out of prison. No longer,
but your asshole is still loose.
Yeah, but it's like it still affects you, like Josh.
But I'm telling you, something keeps telling me Redskins, man. Like for the W. Tom Brady is a shell of himself, man. Mike Evans, I don't think is going to play.
Well, there's also a Tom Brady being such a creature of habit. Him in night games, he's not as good. him. I mean, this is gonna. I don't know what the.
I'm just strictly going against the public on this game because the whole world's going to be on the Bucks.
Well, the reason why I think your Colts bet is good is because every Tom, Dick, and Harry was on Buffalo.
Yeah, I don't get that because the Colts have been great all year. They've been a solid team all year.
Well, they have.
Frank Reich is a great offensive mind. Phillip Rivers is his guy. I mean, they're a good squad, man. A really good squad.
I absolutely agree.
That line 7 it scared me a little bit. You know, almost like they're begging you to take the points, but I see that game as a 3-point game in my mind.
Well, that's the thing. I think Buffalo wins, but I think it's close. I just don't have faith in Phillip Rivers to come through in like the fourth quarter. You know, once his arm starts to turn to jelly a little bit, once he
I got one for you right now.
Once he loses it fast. He's at that 277. He falls off the cliff real fast. What do you got? Let's hear.
My load up game of the week. I'm money line Ohio State for national championship as well.
Well, now see, I
mean, that team is. I'd love them against Clemson just because all the shit that Dabo Sweeney was talking. That was just huge mistake by Sweeney.
Okay, like now we're moving on to the national championship game Monday night. Ohio State versus Alabama. And I got to say, having family that lives in Ohio, having some Ohio roots, I got to say.
Don't you have a cousin with no teeth from Alabama?
I got to say, like, I know a lot of people that it would make so happy to see Nick Saban just get his ass fucking rubbed up and down that field like a fucking dickhead.
Well, I don't think it'll go down like that, but I think Ohio State can win the game.
But I think this is the thing. Ohio State's weakness is their secondary.
Yep.
And that quarterback and those receivers, that receiver for Alabama is always 5 yards open. I have no clue how he's always so open.
That's who I'm hoping the Eagles draft, man. I'm all over him. Devontae Smith, man. You're at the 6th pick of the draft. You got to get him somehow. 2 picks are going to be to a quarterback. You're going to have to slide and get the Devontae Smith, man. He's an animal. He
is unbelievable. For a receiver that really came out of nowhere. I didn't know. Yeah. I don't remember him being this good last year. For a receiver that came out of nowhere, my God. And because receivers, Richard Sarvate, don't normally win the Heisman. Devontae Smith won the Heisman.
No.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Yes, and Heisman winners usually do pretty well in the games, the national championship games. I don't know. Yep. I don't know what to think about Ohio State, though, now, because they had some COVID issues. They considered pushing the game back, but as far as I can tell, they're still going to play it. And I think Ohio State is really happy to be there. But Alabama is really good. And Justin Fields, did you see that hit he took last week?
Yeah.
And there were talks that he had to go in and take a shot just to keep playing. Yeah.
It's going to be a good game, man. I mean, Ohio State's only played 6-7 games. They're a little more rested. You haven't gone through the whole season getting banged up.
But Alabama is like they literally have
Alabama.
Next man up is just as good as the last guy.
Exactly.
Now let's hear. Let's start from the top today. So you've already said you're taking the Colts. That game is already off. It's not going to count against your record. What is Josh's record right now?
Josh is he's 8-9 right now.
8-9 right now, which isn't bad. I mean, I'm still over 500. But what am I, Richard?
29-20.
Yeah, I'm 29 and 20. Like, well, I think I'm worse now. I gave out a few losers last time. I think I'm like 29 and 23. But I was 11, 12, 13 games up.
I found a nice little trend in the NBA also. I'm not a big NBA guy, but I've been finding that these underdogs that are between 4 and 6 points, I've been playing the money line on a lot of them. A lot of them have been
Well-
hitting because it's the 4 to 6 point. Remember me and you used to have the 5.5 NFL?
Yes, we've talked about that this year. Yeah, that funny 5 number. That funny 5 number.
No, it would come out at 5.5, but we noticed almost like 75% of the time at 5.5, the underdog would win outright.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
That was a while ago. That was back in the day.
Well, I still look out for that because it's
Yeah, I do
such a
too.
weird number. It's such a weird thing. Now, I have to say, the NBA this season, and I'm not going to get into 2NBA yet, not till the NFL's over, but the NBA has this weird back-to-back schedule. And it seems like the back-to-back teams are getting these 4 to 4, like 4, 5, 6 numbers, like you're saying, and they're all losing outright.
I noticed it.
They are. I've seen that same thing that you're saying, and
I went against the Nets. Beat the Sixers 2 nights ago, right? They beat the Sixers, and the Nets had a back-to-back last night. So coming off that big win against the Sixers,
and they lost to Memphis. Yes,
it was an easy one last night.
I watched. Yeah, I got the NBA package. I'm all in on NBA, but I
hate the product. It's hard to even watch a game. I'll tune in and out. I'll watch the fourth because nothing even really matters till the fourth quarter in those games anyway.
Yeah, it is a bad product without the
Product's
fans.
horrendous, and then without the crowd, it's like you're watching like the Vegas Summer League.
Well, that's exactly what it feels like. It feels like you're watching the Vegas Summer League. Now, this is Buffalo is starting to pick apart the Colts a little bit. The thing that worries me about the Colts is that their defense has gotten worse. Come week 13, their defense just started. It started finding some nice, finely aged Swiss cheese holes started developing. So
I need to update Josh's record. It's actually 9-8.
you're 9-8.
Yeah.
There you go, Sarvate. There you go.
Yeah, my bad. Sorry, I tried. I was like playing God there for a second. I'm like, you're losing right now.
No. See, I knew.
Hold on. Who's tabulating this? Dominion?
Yeah.
The guy who just got into football this year.
You got the Dominion voting software sponsor, huh? Oh man.
Oh my God, I don't even want to.
Where you guys based in Georgia?
Yeah, where are you based in Georgia?
Looks like he's losing. I don't know.
Now, next game, 4:45 game, Rams Seahawks. Rams are +3. I'm gonna see if the Rams even know the quarterback, but you don't care who the quarterback.
I heard Goff's playing. I heard they rested him last week just for the playoff game.
Well, he just had hand surgery.
Yeah, he's probably see a lot of this game. You're probably gonna see a lot of running the rock. It's probably a good play on the under too.
I think the under and the if not to get too technical about gambling, but you do look for edges. And this, I would have to say that these teams know each other really well.
Oh yeah,
and teams that know each other this well seem to never. They're not going to make that big mistake in the first half. You know, they play it real close. They play it real tight. Now Buffalo's driving. I gotta say I'm not seeing it. I mean, Jared Goff. It looks like he might play some plays, but Jared Goff hasn't looked the best.
no.
I've heard a lot of people say you're better off. You're better off with the backup anyway. The guy who just changed his LinkedIn profile to Rams quarterback.
500 plus connections.
No, he had a LinkedIn profile.
Really?
Yes. Well, because he was the like third string backup. I don't even know if he knew he was going to make the team, but he
does HR at Accenture on the side or something, or what?
Wow, Josh Allen just made an amazing play to score a touchdown. Unbelievable. He was slicing and dicing. Looked like he was about to get sacked, and does a kind of hook shot, not layup with the ball to an open tight end in the ends. Unbelievable. Look at that. You see that?
Nice.
No. I'm just giving the play-by-play because that's the one bet I worry about with you because I think Buffalo wins. Can the Colts is their offense going to be able to keep up when Phillip Rivers' arm starts to get tired?
Yep.
Okay. Now, Seahawks, Rams. Not to get into the weeds too much technically, but DK Metcalf disappears when he plays the Rams. I'd have to say that the Rams defense really has Russell Wilson's number.
I agree.
That's one thing that I get behind you on your bet. And I just want to see where the numbers are Vegas-wise. Yeah, 59% of the money is on Seattle. So this is what, and like I said, not to get too technical, but 60% of the money was on Buffalo right here. If Buffalo ends up covering, there's no way Vegas is taking two big house losses like that because everybody's betting Seattle and everybody was betting Buffalo. There's no fucking way Vegas is losing too big. No way.
Yeah, so
that's too much money. That's too much money on the spread.
So you're saying one or the other half?
Yeah. So if Buffalo covers, I love the Rams even more.
Yeah.
All right. So this will be out before that. So if anyone is listening and watching this, that would be a play that I will 100% back. So I take the Rams with you on that one. Then you got Buccaneers, Washington. Okay, the spread
worth a play on the money line in the Washington game. That's what I'm doing. I'm taking the points in the money line.
The spread on this is 58-42. Okay, another everyone's betting Tampa Bay, and the line is moving accordingly, which is scary because that means Vegas is like, oh, yeah, they may. Yeah. But this is a big game that depends on field conditions. Now, I would bet this game live if you have the option to do that because if Tom Brady's comfortable, because if the field is all sloppy and they can really slow the game down, Washington has a chance. But if Tom Brady's comfortable, there's no fucking way. There's no way. I've seen that Washington team. I know that they have a great front four, but when the passing game is working for Tampa Bay, it's not. You can't stop it. I mean, what do you think? Well, I guess he's not there anymore. I guess we lost Josh.
Oh, Josh sleeps with the fishes.
Well, I guess I'm taking. Oh, there's no doubt about it. I'm gonna take Tampa Bay, but I would take them in a teaser. Josh, are you there? Yeah, I think we lost him. Get him back on the line somehow.
That is dangerous. Taking.
Yeah, I would take as a number. Mm-hmm. I would take Washington to cover.
Yeah,
but I don't like it. I would take Tampa Bay in a teaser and tease it with the Ravens or something tomorrow.
Dude, the Buccaneers are just so all over the place, man. You never know if they're gonna go hard or they're gonna lay over and take it. You know what I mean? It's like they either destroy or die.
No, that's very true. That's absolutely true. And the thing about, let's see, we got
as soon as possible.
Well, I think we lost Jersey Josh on the line, but we got his picks. Yeah. Now, tomorrow, I say Ravens, Tennessee. This is the thing that I like the most about it. Mm-hmm. It's the money is spread pretty much evenly. Uh-huh. And Lamar Jackson hasn't proven that he can win a big game yet. Mm-hmm. So a lot of people are betting against that. I understand that theory, but I don't think in the NFL, you can get to great without taking your bumps and bruises and losses. Like you got to lose to callous up a little bit in the NFL to get hard.
Sounds like
to
my
start
life, dude.
and to start winning. And Lamar Jackson has been calloused up. He lost last year to Tennessee. They played better than Tennessee, but a few fourth down conversions didn't go their way. A few nasty calls. I'd have to say Baltimore could have won, but Tennessee was the better team at that time. They played better. They ground and pounded that out, and a lot of people that's fresh in their mind.
How long ago was that?
Last year, the same exact wild card weekend. Baltimore, Baltimore had the best record. Or maybe they started to slip towards the end, but they came into the playoffs real hot this year. I love them.
How many units are you throwing on this game?
This is a max unit play. This is a max unit play.
Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here. This is a max unit play.
Yeah, I that's the only game. Like, if I'm to give one pick, because I got a good record, that I'm going to take it in. I'll take it into NBA, but gambling is something that like I say, I much prefer to win than to just do it for the action.
Absolutely.
So that's why a lot of these games, I didn't have a beat on many of these games today. Like, if I had to put pizza money on something, that's, I'm telling you where I would put it.
Yeah.
But if you're going to put your kids, college fund on something, I'd say the Ravens. Like, if you really have to.
And maybe a wedding.
Yeah, whatever. You got a wedding one coming up. You got something, like, I would say
Dogs.
the Ravens, and you'll know by 1:30 whether I was right or wrong.
So so you didn't put the money down yet. I mean, you put the money down already.
I put a little down, but I'm going to put some more
Once we get there.
Yes.
All right, we're going to Vegas. We got to get there soon, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, yes. So let's see. After that, we got Bears Saints. Now, this game, the line is all the way up to 10.5 now.
God.
Okay, this is a game that I think the Saints win. I just think 10.5 is too much.
It's too much.
I just think it's too much. That's so many points. Now, again, a teaser is where you get, you have to add a few teams together and you get some points. Again, I would love to tease the Bears up to 16.5 and just close my eyes.
Yeah.
Because the Bears they got a great receiver. They got a pretty good running back, David Montgomery, Allen Robinson. The line is formidable. Mitch Trubisky, as long as he's not playing drunk football. Like, there are times where Mitch Trubisky, the quarterback of the Bears, he plays like he's nice and tipsy, like he got a good strong buzz going.
Yeah.
And he thinks he's a little better than he is, and he'll make these throws where it's like, what are you doing? Like, and you could have never made that. You're not good enough to make that throw. It wasn't close. Like, what are you doing? Just run like you're making bad decisions, and you can't play drunk football and beat the Saints.
So these games all count, right? Like, because
it's like, your season's over.
Their season, right?
Oh, yeah. If you lose,
so everyone has to win.
Yeah. Now it's the playoffs.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you lose, you're out. Yeah. So Richard. For those who don't know, Richard just took all this up this year. This is brand new. So for those who think that some of this stuff is totally above and beyond them, Richard Sarvate has
I
come
am living proof that you can go from 0 to about 5.
A very, very long way.
Yeah. Well,
Now, I'm going to see if I can get Vegas Al on the line. See if he's available. To see what if one of our regular contributors, Vegas Al, thinks. I'm not sure if he's even available. This is very spur of the moment, but I had to get a sports show out.
well, I can also do an impression.
Vegas Al.
Right.
How you doing?
How you doing?
Yeah.
Good. You're on.
Good. How you doing?
Good. You're on the show right now, Vegas Al.
Oh, wonderful. I'm on 95 here.
Good. So,
I'm actually in Florida right now.
well, tell me, Vegas Al. Tell me, okay? Am I crazy? But I say the only bet that I'm really going to lay this week is the Ravens over Tennessee. I think the Ravens, they're healthy. The defense has been made to stop Tennessee, and they have ran Derrick Henry into the ground this year. Am I crazy?
Yep.
What do you think, Vegas Al?
What's the line of the game now?
The line is 3.5. It's going back and forth.
Yeah, I thought three and a half. I don't know. 3. It's a tough one.
I would buy a juiced 3. I would buy a juiced 3 for sure.
Yeah, that's the only way I would bet the game.
Yeah.
I'm not going to touch it though.
Well, and I got to tell you, Washington, Tampa Bay, that line's up to 9.5. I don't know. I don't know if Tom Brady's got.
I put it in a lot earlier than that, but yeah, Tom Brady. This is when he excels.
Yeah, I mean, I have no faith in Washington. I saw Washington play against an Eagles team that was trying to tank, and I saw how little they could do. I saw that. Now,
Tampa wants to get to the Super Bowl. Remember, the Super Bowl was also in Tampa this year.
Oh, yeah.
Reminds me a few years ago when the Eagles beat Minnesota to get to the Super Bowl, and the Super Bowl was in Minnesota. Remember?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, at the new stadium there.
Yep. So, I mean, it doesn't happen too often. You have a home team playing in the Super Bowl. And who knows? But I just think, to be honest with you, I think Tom Brady wants to put it up Belichick's ass and win the Super Bowl without him.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's for sure.
Yeah.
That's for sure. We just got off the line with Jersey Josh, and he says his play of the day is the Rams. And
I took the under in that game. Actually, it was under 42, was it?
Yeah, 42.5.
Yeah, that line's awful low, but to me, it's easy to take the over. And Rams do have the best defense in the league.
Well, and the Rams have Seattle's number when it comes to their offense.
Correct. And Goff is not playing, right?
If he does, I mean, it looks like he might play a little, but I'm not sure if you even want. If you want Goff
so you're gonna
playing.
have the best defense. You have the best defense in the league in the game. You're going to have a porous defense with Seattle, but without the starting quarterback for the Rams. So to me, it's a perfect scenario for an under the hit, and that's why I think Vegas put that line at 42.5, trying to tease you to take the over.
Yeah,
because it is awful low. It is awful low for those two teams.
Absolutely. No, I mean,
But,
Yep.
The general public, they go for the tees sometimes, or most of the time, actually. The sharps, they don't. The smart. That's why they call them the sharps.
Now, what do you think about? Give me your thoughts on the Browns Steelers. Is it going to be the same old Browns?
I jumped all over the Steelers.
That's a game that I just don't. I don't know how you could bet the Browns, especially without the coach, without.
But they're in COVID protocol.
Yeah, without the coach.
Well, I heard the coach was going to be doing Zoom or something from the sideline, or I don't know, something like that. But don't they have a few other players out, I believe, right?
Yeah, they got a few people out, but I don't think the coach can do anything from the sideline because the NFL has a very strict policy about.
No. He's going to be home.
Yeah, electronic communications. An hour before the game, he's got to cut all communication off.
Hilarious.
Yeah, but he has. From what I heard, he's got a lot of scripted plays for different scenarios he went over all week.
I mean, the thing that worries me is that because you know as well as I do, in the moment, the coaching adjustments, that's usually the make or break in some of these games. Just those finite little adjustments that you make from being there. And I'm not sure he's going to be able to do that. Now, I don't want this show to run.
I'm sure his staff is pretty good. I mean, I don't think a coach. I mean, remember when Saban was out with Alabama? They still won that game easily. You know, so
I'm glad you brought up Saban in Alabama. What do you like, Vegas Al? This is Ohio State, Alabama.
I got to stick with Alabama.
The line is 8, and I got to tell you, I know plenty of people who'd love to see Saban's ass get smacked up and down that field, but I just don't think Ohio State.
I would love to see Saban's ass get smacked. Are you kidding me? Remember, I live in Florida now, and he bailed out on the Miami Dolphins.
Oh yeah.
Nobody likes Saban here. It's like I don't like. It's like, you know what? I hate Pete Carroll. When he was at USC and they got sanctioned, and he recruited all those kids, and he knew he was getting sanctions. And guess what? He went to Seattle and left all those kids with no national TV. It left them a nightmare. I have no respect for that man either. So.
Yeah. But I just I don't see how Ohio State can beat Alabama with those cornerbacks that they have, and
that's what I said. I definitely like Alabama. I mean, the receivers alone, my God, the Waddle and what's his face is going to win the Heisman Trophy.
Well, he did win the Heisman. Jersey.
I'm saying those two receivers will probably go, I don't know, maybe number 5 and number 6 in the draft. That's unheard of.
Jersey Josh was talking about how he wants the Eagles to get the Heisman winner, the Alabama guy, Devontae Smith.
It would be nice. But I think they might grab the linebacker from Penn State.
Eagles need a lot.
Huh?
The Eagles need a lot. That team's in dire need of.
Truthfully, having the number was a 6 pick, right?
Yeah.
Truthfully, there's 4 excellent quarterbacks in this draft, and there's a lot of teams that are looking for a quarterback. They could easily trade their pick at number 6, even trade down to, like, say, number 10. You're not going to lose much because whoever you trade up to is looking for a quarterback. That's why they're making a trade. Lawrence is going first. I think I don't think the kid from Florida is going to go next, but it'd be the first.
No, but Fields will probably go in the top 5.
You're gonna it depends how he. Let's see how he performs. But yeah, you got Fields and you got what's the kid's name? Trask. You got.
Well, the Jets are going to need a quarterback. Jags are going to need a quarterback. I wouldn't
be surprised to watch the Eagles trade down, even maybe as low as 12. And maybe grab, still keep the first round at 12, and maybe grab an extra second round. Who knows?
I mean,
they might get rid of Wentz and get some picks with Wentz. They could have a ton of picks. I know we're getting off the beaten track here.
oh, Vegas Al, I just wanted to hear your voice. I wanted to get some of your picks. This is the first show.
My best pick for the whole week, and I'll tell you what it is.
Yeah.
Is basically, I'm not afraid of the line. I love the Bills at 6.5. I picked the Bills to win the Super Bowl, to tell you the truth. So.
Yeah, well, I mean, the game's already started, so that doesn't count against your record. Yeah, they're up 7-3.
Who?
The Bills.
The Bills? Oh, good.
Yeah, they're up 7-3. They look good. I don't know if Phillip Rivers has what it takes to beat the Bills. That's all. I prefer to not bet Phillip Rivers, so I like that bet.
The Bills are due.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, well, it's good to hear your voice, Vegas Al. I'll talk to you soon, sir.
Okay, guys, have fun.
All right, buddy.
Yeah, man.
Well, I think I gave my opinions. I I'd love the Ravens tomorrow. Everything else, I mean, Pittsburgh, it's 6 now. I don't know how high that number's going to go, but Pittsburgh last week almost beat the Browns with all their backups. And I think with the COVID situation, things have just set up perfectly for the Steelers.
What do you mean they almost beat the Browns last week?
They played last week, but Pittsburgh sat most of their starters because they knew they were going to play them.
Wait, but they're playing again?
Last week was the final week of the season. This is the playoffs. They just happened to work out that way in seeding.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so, but the Steelers' position was set. Whether they won or lost, you know, I believe their playoff position was set.
Okay.
The Browns needed the win more.
Right.
And they just squeaked it out last week, right? What was the final score?
I have to check, actually.
It was very low scoring. It was
22-24 Browns.
20. Yes, very close. Yes.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Steelers too this week. That's gonna be because I'm. There is partly an emotional reason. How could the Browns lose to the Jets? Like that was talk about getting raped in the bathroom. I mean, Jesus Christ, like.
I know, and it hurts. It hurts, and it sticks with you in a way. And that's why this show is gonna be. There is gonna be plenty of sports, just real sports talk, because the sports part of my life is very important to me. And those who don't like sports, fine, I get it. But I love it. And I think this wild card weekend is going to be great. This is the lowest rated show, so I'll say it. We are going to Vegas to place a bet on, I'm going to place a bet on the Ravens.
I'll probably join in solidarity.
Yeah, I mean, whatever, you don't have to, but Richard and I and Hazel.
Yeah.
Are going to hop in the ride and go to Vegas. And if you made it to this far in the show to hear that, then you deserve to know the truth. There's a reason why this is the first show of 2021. Because Andy Cohen and Anderson Cooper on their New Year's Eve, because I didn't really get that wasted New Year's Eve. Went to bed pretty early, slept good, wake up New Year's Day, and Andy Cohen, I saw reviews from like Barstool Sports or some other shit. The guy who does like 1 minute things and like 480p, like the lowest resolution. I can't he did a review of like New Year's Eve shows, and he did some review of Andy Cohen and Anderson Cooper talking about doing LSD. And I don't even like either of these shit stains. And these guys somehow influenced my brain to take out this old LSD that I've had. And I took it. And basically it took me 4 days to get my brain back.
I would never make a decision in my life based on something that Anderson Cooper said.
I know. Like, what am I doing? Like, how bad of a decision maker am I? Like, that's crazy. Anderson, like, I wasn't even sure what Andy Cohen did. I had to get clarification. And for that to affect me, oh, how weak. How weak of a man. But the LSD, I got to tell you, it was 3-4 years old. I thought it wasn't going to be potent. I was wrong. I probably could have taken half of what I did and been just fine.
It aged like a fine wine.
And that is our cue to get out of here. Hazel the dog saying, let's roll.
That show is over.
Yes. All right. Thank you, Sarvate.
Thank you, sir.